Hey, what's up? This is Seth Sentry, and you're listening to Torrent This with Dando. Peace.
Welcome to Torrent This with Dando. Now, I am joined on the line by a man who, after releasing his debut EP, The Wait a Minute, back in 2009, which contained the smash hit single, The Waitress song, he's been continuing to build a reputation of one of Australia's hottest up-and-coming hip-hop artists. He's set to release his debut album titled This Was Tomorrow on September 14th, which contains his latest single, Float Away, and he'll be performing at the Corner on September 29th. Of course, talking about none other than Mr. Seth Sentry. Seth, thanks for your time, man, and how's things?
How you doing, man?
Always good. Now, he had a bit of trouble with your coffee just before.
Yeah, I was trying to do a bunch of things at once, and then you called, so I forgot that I was still holding in coffee, so I just dropped it all over my manager's floor.
Dude, you know, males, we can't multitask.
I can't, nah. I'm taking the time, man.
What else have you been up to today, man?
Today, we've just got we're doing these pre-orders for the album, and we've just got our box sets delivered, so I've been signing box sets.
Getting sick of writing your own name yet?
No, I never get sick of it.
Oh, yeah. Can you remember the first time you got asked to sign an autograph?
Yeah, I think it was on... Well, apart from my mum doing it, which was cute, when I first did the EP like years and years ago, she said, "Oh, sign it. It'll be worth less money that way."
Yeah.
I think I was on the Pez tour and someone asked me for my signature, and I just thought it was really, really strange.
Did you have a signature at the time?
Yeah, I think every rapper, like, it's not like a signature, it's more like a tag.
Yeah.
Thing, you know?
Yeah.
I think every rapper.
Yeah. You must be pretty keen to get this tour underway, man.
Dude, I can't wait.
What's something you love and something you hate about going on tour?
Something I hate is I like being at home, man. I'm one of those dudes. I don't stay at friends' houses or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm always like, oh no, like no matter how far it is, I want to get back to my bed. You know? So I definitely don't. I hate that. Like, I hate sleeping in really
shitty beds,
clean, sterile hotels, and like.
Yeah.
I mean, that probably sounds good considering what some people sleep in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does my head in. I like to be at home.
Are you aware that your Melbourne gig is on grand final night?
I know, dude. How's that?
I know. Is that a good or a bad thing in your opinion?
I think it's a good thing. Well, I think everyone will be kind of loose.
Yeah, I know, right?
Who's playing in the grand final?
Oh, we don't know yet, do we?
No.
Do you follow football at all?
No, not at all, man.
Do you follow any sports?
My grandma was like a big St Kilda fan, so growing up I used to go to all the St Kilda matches at the Waverley Gardens then, and it didn't really stick.
Okay, so do you follow any sports at all?
Not really. No, I watch UFC.
Oh, yeah, who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
I interviewed George Soteropoulos last week. It was awesome.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, definitely.
I saw him fight in Sydney.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I hear you consider yourself a bit of a nerd.
People consider me a nerd.
You don't consider yourself a nerd?
Nah.
How do you define a nerd?
How do I define a nerd?
Yeah.
Someone that knows what Linux means.
Oh, what does that mean?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're not a nerd then.
Try, man.
I hear you're a gamer though.
I am, yeah.
Yeah, well, are you a fan of the old school consoles as well, or just the new ones?
Yeah, well, that was my first console was like a Commodore 64. So
Oh.
That's how far back we go.
I've still got my NES set up with Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers.
Oh, sweet, man. That was the bomb.
I know, right?
NES was funny, man, because, like, after a while, inevitably, the cartridge, like, system got all messed up, and you had to get your little... Well, luckily I had a little brother who would just have to hold the cartridge down with one finger while he played Mario.
Yeah, that's it. And then every time you put it in, you have to blow it, like, take it out, blow it, and put it back in. Anyway, get into the new album, man. It's set for release in a couple of weeks. How many times have you listened to it by now?
A lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you ever get sick of hearing your own music yet?
Yeah, I normally get to a point, once the song's finished and mastered and ready to go, I kind of stop listening to it for a while. Because I can hear... I was there for every step along the way, you know, so I can hear any little imperfection or little things that we've changed along the way. It's really hard to switch that side of me off.
Yeah. A lot of musicians are like that.
Totally, yeah. So once it's released, that's your music. That's everybody else's music. It's not mine anymore.
Yeah.
And about, normally like a year or whatever later down the track, it accidentally comes on, and I'm like, yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Does it feel awesome having people like 360 predict Float Me to make like the top 10 and Triple J Hottest 100?
Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, 60's a friend, so it's a lovely thing to say.
Who do you think paved the way for Australian hip hop? Because it's only getting stronger and stronger these days.
It is, yeah. I mean, the way was paved long before any of us were around. But yeah, it's strong, man. And there's like so many subgenres now, and and people are way more savvy. Like I feel like it's not just getting by on novelty's
Yeah.
sake. You know, people don't like it just because it is rap. They like it. They know what's what and what's good rap and what's shitty rap.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not the hugest hip-hop fan, but I mean, I always remember listening to Hottest 100 back in '09 and loving the Waitress song. Like, what do you think it is about your music that breaks through, like, that barrier of appealing to everybody and not just simply hip-hop fans?
I'm not sure. Does it appeal to everybody? I don't... yeah, I don't know, man. I'd love to write my own reviews, but up to everyone else.
Did you ever take that Waitress out on a date?
Nah. And you know what? Because I didn't go into the cafe for ages after I wrote the song, because I felt real uncomfortable and like real creepy.
Yeah.
And then when I eventually manned up and thought, yeah, I'm gonna take her the song, and she's gonna like just fall in love with me, obviously.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
That's what chicks do.
And then she'd like quit. Like, a few days before I went in.
That's terrible.
Horrible story.
Have you ever seen her since?
Nah.
Oh, wasn't meant to be, man.
Wasn't meant to be.
Is it true that people sing along at your gigs to new songs that they haven't even heard before?
Yeah, it's classic.
How does that happen?
I don't know. I think it's just like people just like singing along to things. I do it, man. Sometimes if I'm just listening to my iTunes or whatever and a song comes on that I don't really know but I really want to sing along to it, I kind of just make up my own words, you know?
Or you just wait for the words to come out and you sing it like a second late?
Or there's that, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good if it's someone like Tom York from Radiohead or like Bob Dylan or someone that slurs a lot, because then you don't really have to say the right words.
They're not speaking anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, no, that did happen a lot at shows, especially when we started doing album tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, dudes would be in the front row just rocking the fuck out, singing my lyrics to songs that I'd never done.
You expect people to know the lyrics by the time you do the tour, though, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just not good if they don't.
Nah, they have to do their homework, man.
What's the worst lip syncing you've ever seen at a gig?
The worst lip syncing?
Yes.
The worst lip syncing was a dude at a show might have been Phillip Island, but it was the Waitress song. And I thought if you're going to know the lyrics to a song of mine, and no one really knew who I was, but I figured if you're going to know any of the lyrics, it's that one.
Exactly.
And this dude was rapping some weird, but in double time, just spitting hard, yeah, that was pretty awesome.
He's maybe having the time of his life, though.
He was, yeah, he was stoked, and then I did a freestyle later in the set.
Oh, good. Have you had any strange girls get you fire extinguishers lately?
No, not recently.
Not recently? What's the most annoying thing that someone's done to you on tour?
On tour?
Yeah.
Annoying, huh? I don't think much annoying stuff happens.
Just surround yourself with friendly people.
Yeah, I think we've got a pretty good fan base. You know, I always have like a real nice time at shows. Not that it does annoying things. I mean, in Queensland there was a show once where there was a dude that just stuck his finger up at me for the entire set.
Really?
And I was really distracted by it.
Yeah, as you would.
You would be. And then after I was like, what's the deal there, buddy? When he came over to the merch desk and he was like, nothing, man, fucking love your music, and just like a fan, and he was stoked and had no idea that that was just a thing that he did, I guess.
He has no idea how to do things in society.
Well, I found it really unnerving, yeah.
Well, just a couple more questions, man. I'll let you on your way.
Sure, man.
Where do you see yourself on both a personal level as well as your career in 12 months' time?
12 months? Hopefully starting to write my next album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want to kind of dilly-daddle. Is that a saying? Yeah.
I think it is, yeah.
I don't want to mess around and wait as long as I did last time, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Well, 4 years, wasn't it?
4 years, yeah. Time.
Now, just one last question. This is the question I asked to everybody.
Sure.
What advice do you have for all aspiring songwriters and musicians?
Don't be in a hurry to get famous or blow up or make money or whatever kind of you define success as. Because I think a lot of people, they write their first song ever and then they post it on YouTube and then no one, you know, they don't get whatever love that they thought they would get, and they become disillusioned with it, and they're like, fuck it. You know, that was. But I think it's just different these days. You know, back in the day, like we wrote hundreds of songs before we even recorded one and heard our voice back.
Yeah.
So I think people really need to focus on honing their craft and stuff, and not be in too much of a rush to get your 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, well that's it. Well there you go guys, make sure you get yourself a copy of Seth Sentry's debut album, This Was Tomorrow. Once it's released September 14th, check him out at The Corner on September 29th, and for all the latest news and info, like him on Facebook at facebook.com/Seth Sentry. Once again Seth, thanks for your time man, really appreciate it and look forward to seeing you at The Corner.
Word up, thank you man.
Catch you later man.
Cheers bro.